everybody, welcome to Milocando again. And today we have a very special guest, Gedamu, aka Lash the Flash. For those who don't know, Lash is my supervisor. He's the star on my Instagram stories, and I know you love him. So thank you, Lash.
Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, that's
to be with you today. Camila is one of my best students I've ever had in my career. So I'm happy to be here with her today to talk more.
Yes. So, Lash, your fans want to know, how do you eat so much candies, too much sugar every day, and you don't have cavities or diabetes? What is your secret?
My secret, I don't know. It may have a genetic component. Okay, it may be a genetic component, but I love sugar. But still, I don't have any health problem. No diabetes, no nothing.
No, nothing.
Yeah,
Wow.
And my candies also. I gave you candies sometimes.
No.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
Oh yeah, I do. I give you. I think I'm gonna go and show you.
Okay, Lash.
Yeah.
So now tell me about yourself. Who is Lash?
Lash.
Yeah.
Lash is Lash. I came from Ethiopia. I was born in Ethiopia, in a place called Debre Marcos. Debre Marcos is about 300 kilometers northwest of Addis Ababa, the capital of Ethiopia. Luckily, I was in the town, so I went to school in Debre Marcos. But we didn't have any light, no electricity that time, and no books, so we depend on teachers. After I finished part of my junior high, after grade 10, grade 10 or 11, I don't remember, I was selected to go to preparatory school. It's a special school in a university.
How old are you?
I was 14, I think, 14. I was very young. So I went there, but we were only few students. I majored in chemistry.
Yeah,
Because
he's a chemist.
I'm a chemist.
He's not a biologist.
But my idea was to do, to be a chemical engineer. This guy from Cambridge came and gave a talk on lack of that time on life sciences. How
When was
bacteria. It was in 1970. So I said, well, I was interested in this. But in the meantime, when I graduated, I got a 1-year assistantship there to teach, first year students. In Ethiopia, you have to do 4 years, but 1 year you have to go out and do service. So a total of 5 years. And then I taught for 1 year, 1971, 70 to 71, really. So this guy came, of course, to give a talk, and I said, wow, I love this system. So I said, wow. He said, yeah, we can get you. And the guy who helped me in Ethiopia was Dr. He studied in Cambridge, so he was the one who invited him. First, I got a British Council scholarship, and I left, I remember, around the end.
After the
Teaching, after teaching.
Oh, after teaching.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
In
Ethiopia, in 1971, end of September, I went to England. I was accepted to Sussex University.
Nice.
Sussex University.
So you were a grad student?
A grad student, yeah. I was accepted as a master's student.
As masters.
Yeah, but then, after 6 months or a year, they moved me to a PhD.
He's a genius.
No, I don't know. So, after that, I started working in the lab, Sussex University, and then also went to Cambridge. That time, there was no genome sequence, no nothing. So I was looking at this messenger RNA that calls for a protein called protamine. So it was really a good experience. The experience was more than the data.
When did you come to Canada?
I completed 1974, and then I got married before even I defended my thesis. When I was writing my thesis, she had the patient. Because, writing thesis,
it's a pain.
Is a pain. So after that, I came here. The reason is because there was unrest in Ethiopia. So I said, this is not me. So luckily, this university, the University of Calgary Medical School, was looking for people who have molecular biology, experience in molecular biology is not infancy. So we came, with a team of, I don't know, 6 or 7 of
So you all came together to Calgary?
together, yeah, to Calgary, to the medical school. It was 2 years old.
Okay, so it was a team,
A team,
that
yeah.
came from England.
From England to build molecular biology capacity. There was lots of grants. Then there was Alberta Heritage Foundation for Medical Research. Lots of money. I was the first one to get it. And equipment was no problem. I had lots of graduate students,
it's a
postdoc.
dream come
Yeah.
true. So why leishmaniasis? What inspired you to go into molecular and microbiology? To
Yeah,
work in
because
this
of,
field research?
I've always been interested in infectious disease. From my previous work, when I moved here, I worked on metallotypes, these inducible genes.
Mhm.
But with time has changed.
Mhm.
So I said, the world is moving into infectious disease. I said, okay, this is the time to use all my tools, molecular biology tools that I have learned, and move into leishmaniasis, because leishmania is a huge problem in Ethiopia. I said, well, maybe if I somehow try to understand how this parasite infects human beings, maybe I will develop drugs against.
Why not like other disease, malaria or something else? You chose leishmaniasis.
It's a neglected disease.
Just because it's
it's neglected.
Has a lot to do with your name.
My
Lashmania.
Lashmanic. But the thing is, it's really a disease of poor people, very neglected people. So I said, maybe I can contribute something to help, there.
So you had students from all over the world?
Oh, yeah, all over the world.
And what are the main skills, the experiences, the background knowledge you always look for in international students?
One is their interest.
Interest.
Yeah. They have to be interested in that. And also some kind of experience. I mean, if they come from a disease area, and that means they have strong interest in that. You see, some people come already trained, but I don't care about that. But that's an additive thing. But the interest is the most important thing. It's not only the interest, you have to be dedicated to work and willing to learn. Even if you don't know the technology, I mean, the beauty of this system we have here is that we can train them. Even if we don't have the technique, they can go to other labs. Okay? And we give this freedom also here. Means to interact with other students, I somehow guide them, to really develop their career path as such. And I'm not a kind of person who just say, oh, what is the figure, what is this one, what is that one, what is that one. I don't call that training. I mean, and the other thing I always ask them students when they ask me some question is, I just say, I don't know. I want to learn from you guys. So go read. They say read.
Actually, doesn't know much about my project.
Exactly. So I just say read, and educate me, so that I can guide you. And not only me, there's a committee, supervisory committee, blah, blah. I try to create a friendly atmosphere. It's not only that, I try to link all my graduate students to build a family of graduate students. That's basically what it is.
What is your advice for students applying for graduate programs here in Canada now?
So in general?
Yeah, international students.
First, they have to look at the lab, the individual. These days is you can get through the internet, and also maybe some students might have graduated, international students graduate from that lab. I think that will give you even an idea. But make sure the principal investigator where you are interested to work has funding. If there is no funding, they're not going to accept you. So when you go there, look at the funding whether have the funding track record. Yeah. Okay, because students can be trapped very easily. And also the supervisor. Most supervisors are rigid. Okay, so it's like a military thing. But others are flexible. If you really want to enjoy your work and build your career in the future, you have to look at what kind of supervisors are there, and also their track record in the funding and their publications too. Just don't come for the sake of living in the country, because it's just wasting your time.
And what about the language, English?
Oh, English is not my first language, as you know.
Yeah, not mine either.
Yeah, but the language is not going to be a barrier. Initially, it could be, but I always didn't associate with Ethiopians, okay? Because when Ethiopians meet, they talk in their own language, so you'll never improve your language. So the best thing is associate with Canadians, okay? If you are coming to Canada, or if you go to the US, associate, so that you can improve your English. Camila, when she came here first, she came with a person, a Brazilian guy. He speaks English. He was taking my course.
Rodrigo.
So Rodrigo.
Thank you, Rodrigo.
Yeah, so she came with Rodrigo, and I said, okay, who is she? She said, oh, she's interested to work on, English ministers, blah, blah.
And I couldn't understand him.
She couldn't understand me because on top of being Ethiopian, my English, we have accents. Okay?
Yeah, the accent.
The accent also. And her English was not that good. Now she's different. Suddenly, she picked up. But the first day, she was, listening to me. And I said, it's okay. Don't worry about language. Language is no problem. As I said, the most important thing is the interest. Okay, if you are interested to do some work, language should not be a barrier. I said, because you can pick it up from by interacting. But I always say, talk, make mistakes. You talk, you make mistakes. Now, she speaks even better than me.
No.
And she writes. Her writing was also, but she writes very well. And what I did was, she was an exchange student here.
I was.
Yeah, through the Brazilian.
In 2013, Science Without Borders.
Science Without Borders. So she did, research in my lab. And in fact, her research was one of the best. So she got an award. This tells you it's because she was interested.
Yeah, I wasn't. I wasn't struggling the
exactly. And struggling, but she has that interest that, we work together. I back her here and there, but we work together. Yeah. So really, this is a good match. And the supervisors, they have to be very open, okay, and work together. I mean, we're not really looking for data. But the thing is, we want, the students, especially I want, to design good experiments. Yeah, and the design will come from, we'll talk about it and see how it goes, but most of the design comes from students. They have the freedom to do that. So that's very important. The supervisors should give the freedom. Or else students will hate it. You just don't want to come to the lab and work. But recently I'm spending my time in Ethiopia, because sometimes I abandon her for 2-3 months.
No, for 6 months.
Yeah. Okay. So these days, I'm committed to do, especially the past 25 is human capacity building in research, education in Ethiopia. I want to give back, to those, to those Ethiopians, so that they can have better education.
You also have this Rise Up organization?
This is my wife's organization. My wife has established this Alberta People to People HIV support. Their goal is to help children who don't have parents because they afflicted by HIV. They're dead. So she started that one. It's called APAS, Alberta People to People, and then I help her to really educate, this orphan, but they stay with their extended family. Although the parents are gone, they stay with the grandparents, uncles, so forth. So we fundraise from here, dinner party every year, or some people donate, some money, some companies, individuals, and we give to an organization in Ethiopia, our partner, because it's very important to overlook the area. So every year or every 2 years we go and visit the kids. In fact, they're young when they start, some of them, and in fact last year we were there, and they're in the university doing engineering and medicine and this. My wife, now she's trying to build girls' center also, because there are girls in the countryside. They, after grade 8, they, their option is either to get married or something. So we bring, we try to bring, those girls, but we have to house them. So we have to build units for them. So we're in the process of fundraising to house 16 girls from the countryside to give them better education. But as you know, in Africa or in any developing country, women are the pillar of society. So if you empower girls, women, then I think things can move faster. This is the reality. Yeah, so the problem, the issue now, so you have to empower women. So we really believe in that too. So that's why even when we go there, these girls, when they see Rani, it's like a mother, and the boys, they come and they hug.
What are your plans for when you retire? What are you gonna do? Kick me out from the lab?
No, I'm just waiting for you to finish.
You're waiting for me to finish?
Yeah, you will finish.
I
plan to retire. No, I'm retiring end of December 2020.
Only half a year.
1.5 years. But most of the time, I'll spend it in Ethiopia, because we're building research centers and universities. Give support to universities. Through training. And I like gardening, so we have a house somewhere with fruits.
Aren't you waiting for my spaghetti squash?
Yeah. Oh, here. Yeah, I'll give you one. You should tell me, because it's still somewhere in the basement. I don't know whether it still has the spaghetti squash or not. But coming back, that's the kind of thing we really want to be involved with communities, and also my thing is to build, still education and research capacity.
So you're going to continue working with this?
I want to have a lab, no research, nothing.
No research, but
yeah. But still,
working with the
communities and working with the, universities, research people. So it's not only doing those kind of things, but we want to enjoy our life, with the family too. Family in Ethiopia and the family in Ethiopia. Yeah. Oh, I didn't tell you, I make the best coffee. I really like Ethiopian every day. So
it's really strong.
In addition to gardening, my hobby is going to be, of course, making coffee, entertain people. They come and we talk. So that's the kind of thing we want to do in life. I like to enjoy myself. Yeah, so that's what it is. With the time we have, we try to do something. Something, enjoy yourself, contribute to society, to the young, especially empower the young. You have to empower the young. If you don't empower them through education, through whatever, you're not building anything. And this is the message I send to anybody, for that matter. Okay, you establish yourself. And during, when you establish yourself, try also do some humanitarian type of humanitarian work. Don't forget where you come from. And don't forget where you come from. Just, if you go with this one, listen to your heart. It may take time, but you'll achieve what you want to achieve. Just for the sake of somebody who says, doing medicine or this and that, if you do it, if it's not in your interest, no.
It's not a good idea.
Not a good idea. So, whatever your heart says, you just follow and build on, I think. And you'll be happy too. Yeah.
The last question is, when are you going to Brazil? Your Brazilian friends want to know.
I was in Brazil many years ago, but I just from Argentina I went across the Iguazu.
You went to Iguazu Falls.
Yeah, falls. It's Brazil. I mean, I like Brazil, especially the Iguazu area. I don't know about that. But
Never been in Salvador in Bahia.
No.
Yeah.
But those are the kind of places I like to go to because I can connect with Ethiopia. How many people?
This bridge.
Yeah, the bridge. Yeah, and also the culture, whether it's music and food or anything. There is that in the nation. So maybe in the future. Not in the future, maybe in the...
Now that you're going to retire, so...
Retire, so maybe what one can... Oh, we'll go to Brazil.
Yeah.
No doubt. But the idea is also to connect, research, education, acting between, Brazil, preferably Bahia, and Ethiopia. Because they have the same population, and other kind of business. So we can connect, those ones.
How do you say thank you in...
አመሰግናለሁ.
Yeah, I was trying to remember.
አመሰግናለሁ.
አመሰግናለሁ, Lash.
So አመሰግንሻለሁ. አመሰግንሃለሁ.
Thank you so much for taking your time. I know.
This also. Oh, Camila.
But
I have lots of daughters.
Yeah.
I don't have a daughter.
Oh.
She's
his daughter.
my daughter. I want to see her developing her career.
You didn't show your book.
Yeah.
Show your book.
And finally,
He wants to show
of course, I gave you that.
He shows to everyone.
This book, it says Africa Adjourned. And if you really read inside, you learn lots of things. And this one shows these are some of the tribes in Ethiopia. Ethiopia is so diverse, very, very diverse people live there, diverse culture. So these are the people who kept their culture for many, many years, and we are proud. They are Ethiopians too. Ethiopians do have different shapes, different colors, different whatever, different races, different languages. Look at this, to me. Isn't it interesting?
Yeah. Thank you very much. I know your week has been crazy,
with
super
APR.
busy. With all these reports.
Because after this, you have to help me too. So I go for a walk.
You stay here. So I hope you guys enjoyed knowing Lash more about his experiences in academia and life.
Yeah.
And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.